Week 1 of the Console Watch Community Open Winter Showcase. I am Bullskunk, joined by Zach Hamwell here in the booth today.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure
It's going
as
to be
always,
a
my
very
friend.
exciting match.
I'm looking forward to it. This is we play 3 maps here in our group stage for this CCO Winter Showcase. First off, we will be Lijiang Tower. Every match will start on Lijiang Tower, and then we will get loser pick from there. All right, looks like both teams. I was just going to say we're starting off with a little Ryan Zarya here. This looks like what they're showing us. On the side of Tidal, we've got the Pharmacy combo with Hanzo and Lucio on the ground to back up that front line. And with Tryhardts bringing us the Symmetra Doomfist combo. So looking for some quick teleports onto the objective, get through that window, and get their feet planted early.
Definitely a lot of Symmetra play comes out definitely on this point of Lijiang. I do love to see the Ryan Zarya coming in. I know some divier comps can have some prevalence here. Definitely want to watch out for Aeon and Knight Rider. That's a strong tank line for Tidal Bombora, and they'll be looking to really assert dominance early on in this fight.
Well, they got the positioning to do it, and they are going to open up the first kill as Beerus comes up with not 1, but 2. The Lucio and the Reinhardt sent back to spawn. That microwave beam finds the Zarya as well. And with a quickness, Tryhardts have stormed onto the objective. They're going to get first capture percentage started for us here in this match.
And here you just see the Symmetra play really trumping out the race to the point, and it seems so important here on this point that to get to that point first, establish dominance, assert your hold, and basically go from there, and you see Tryhardts execute that basically flawlessly.
Well, now you've got Wisp on the outside trying to dislodge him here. He's going to work around towards the back flank while the front line is circling around through main. Knight Rider's going to find one, but they lose their main tank in the process. Wisp is trying to circle back around, try to help that team out. We do get the res coming back through. Reinhardt back on the field. And that Pharah finds the kill onto the Lucio. He goes down. Fatal King comes through with a pair himself. And we are going to get Bombora getting a retake here. They're going to get some.
That was a very fast retake.
Quick retake indeed.
Absolutely, yeah. Only 33% for Tryhardts. You want to try and get something more than that on your first attempt, but really a great synergy coming out from Wisp and Fatal King. Really doing a great job just cleaning up all those kills on the Hanzo and Pharah, respectively.
Well, Fatal
very
King's
strong play coming out.
Oh yeah, that DPS duo was definitely showing off.
Look at
there.
that boop.
Oh, yeah, Wisp with a great boop there, and a big Earth Shatter combined with the Pharah barrage. That's going to yield them 3. Wisp not done yet, follows it up with another. And it is going to be Bombarded with a quick hold here. Not giving up any ground at all.
That was an anti-caster curse.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Usually if you start talking about a player popping off, obviously they're gonna kind of not pop off is the polite way to put it. But honestly, Wisp living up to it. Very nice combo.
We're inventing the caster bless, all right? That's what we're inventing right here.
Go. I like that too. Did you just come up with that? That's impressive. Ooh, look at this teleporter coming in.
And they have that photon barrier. They're going to go. Yeah, they're going to go and throw that on point as well. That's going to buy a lot of space for them to move in. They have that Graviton Surge online, ready to go. Earthshatter coming online here for Tryhardts as well. And Beerus microwaves down the Mercy and the Pharah, single-handedly taking out the Pharmacy combo with the Symmetra. Now they do counter back with the Dragons, and the Dragons are going to take out that Zarya, holding that Graviton Surge. Nevertheless, it does look like Tryhardts has got their feet planted. They've got capture percentage going up. Bombara's on a little bit of a retreat here, but they're quickly coming back in. They know they have a one-man advantage. Zarya not back in this fight just yet. Oh, but a huge Earth Shatter comes out. That finds 2. Big charge gets the kill. Slays is going to invest a Deadeye into that fight as well. And they handedly win that engagement.
That was absolutely what Tryhardts had to do there. Bombora sniffed the blood in the water. They saw the opportunity, doing a soft reset and coming back in quickly. But Moose Lips just slammed the door with that shatter and really put an end to that notion from Bombora. And again, just going back to the beginning of that fight, Beerus on the Symmetra, he switched over to Reaper now. He uses basically his teleporter like a tank to create space to initiate that fight. It's amazing. And now this nice graph coming out. Mainly just posturing for both teams.
We had a shatter coming out from Eon as well, but that one got blocked on nothing but the shield of Moose Lips. Was just going to find that kill on Beerus, but they have a no main tank on that side anymore. It's going to be really tough for them to push in. Okay, they do finally get that. They get that res in. Nicely done. Didn't think they were going to be able to pull that one off. With that, they are going to storm back onto point. Knight Rider coming up with some good opening blood. Wisp going to throw that barrage down. Aeon finds a kill onto the counterpart Reinhardt, and they storm back in here with
close to a C9.
darn close to a C9.
They really did. They almost C9'd that point. They all got off there for a second. Bombora is really going to need to do more to protect Aeon on that main tank role on Reinhardt. He's getting picked first in a lot of fights, and that's really opening up a lot for Tryhardts to do there. It's letting potential for free shatters, of course, but a lot of other stuff really going Tryhardts' way. Something they need to be aware of on the side of Bombora. Ooh, Fatal King getting a nice early pick, though.
Yeah, that'll help him out, although Mooslips is coming back in with that Shatter coming online as we speak. He throws it down, just finds the one coming out of that Graviton Surge. They're going to go ahead and invest an Amp Matrix into this as well. Sound Barrier thrown in. Oh, and the Shatter the other way, much better. 5 members on the ground, and they storm over, find the final blows, and in this last fight, it is going to be Bombora coming through with the goods, lighting up that kill feed, taking a 1-0 lead here on Lijiang Tower.
Wisp is absolutely farming the barrages right now on Pharah. He's popping off on that Pharah roll, getting a ton of shatter that came out from Loose Lips. He caught Aeon out of position and was able to get a decent shatter on the enemy team of Bombora. But ultimately, Aeon getting a huge shatter, and the second shatter and the bigger shatter wins out. So ultimately, caster gift again.
I like it.
I mean, if they're gonna keep leaving the door open for us, I mean, we got to take the credit where we can, right?
Yes. Those are far and few between. We'll definitely take them where we can. All right, both teams sticking with the Ryan Zarya here as we're going into Night Market, and with both teams having Lucios, they are quickly engaging on this point, shield to shield. We got a McCree there trying to put some hurt down. Nebula is going to come with that final blow as Aeon does go down. Looks like our blessing had quickly run out here as we go into Night Market. Once again, that main tank the first to fall. The Genji and the Zarya not far behind, but Fatal King trying to answer back here. Finds himself a good pair of headshots. Arrows landing true.
This could allow potential for a retake here from Bombora on the back of Fatal's nice picks there on the tail end of that. I'm just being struck by this Ryan Zarya mirror that we're seeing right now. I'm not sure what to make of it. I really feel like that teams might still be kind of trying to figure out what this meta is in this new patch. You know, you've seen rumors of Rhine Orisa, double shield Sig Orisa still being viable. But I think a lot of times the tried and true Ryan Zarya is what teams go to when they need something reliable, that they know what they can get out of it. Ooh, and look at this Genji blade in the back line from Wisp OG. Oh, he's quickly taking down my Lancelot though. Sorry, that was nice.
No, I'm glad you caught it. I was busy watching Fatal King here on point. He had such big plays in that last one. Oh, and he starts off with a nice headshot here. Although Aeon going down early once again. That focus fire onto the main tank coming through in spades here for Tryhardts. They're going to go ahead and throw a shatter in, trying to get that Zarya down. The Zarya is down. They are going to get this thing flipped over. We got ourselves a real back and forth here on Night Market.
This is. It's a brawl, and both teams seem ready for the fight to be a brawl. You see, again, going back to the Ryan Zarya setups, some interesting trades going out on DPS early on in this fight, though. 5v5.
Yeah, Fatal once again coming up with some key picks in the in-between phases, in the reset phases. He's finding these kills and giving his team some opportunities. He's got those dragons online.
I think Hanzo's just going to keep getting so much value in this meta just because of his multi-purpose ability. He's able to hit those squishy targets. He's able to do a ton of shield break when he needs to. Both of those assets will make him hugely valuable. Big shatter!
Huge shatter coming through. Nano boost onto him as well, but there's going to be a Graviton Surge countering back from the other side. Deadeye comes out from Beerus.
Great counter grab from
And yes, it is actually Tryhardts coming up with the better end of that deal. They find Moose Lips, but Beerus had done the deed, putting down 3 members of Bombora, sending them back to spawn. What a great play. What a great counter grab coming out of Nebula.
That really saved the day. It really did. It didn't seemingly get a ton of value if you were only looking at the kill feed, but you think about that nice shatter that Aeon had just landed, the fact that he was nanoed and he couldn't do anything with it, and neither could Knight Rider on the Zarya. So it really just, it completely mitigated several great ults there from Bombora.
Well, they've got that Grab Dragon combo. Yep. Is there anything to defend against it? There's a Coalescence, but it's not going to be enough to keep them standing. 4 members fall as Bombora is just storming on to point now. What a great combo, and not a moment too soon.
Absolutely. Very well timed.
Yeah, get that thing flipped
Questionable
over.
Use of the Coalescence there, too. You know you're not going to be able to heal through that Dragon Graph combo. It's just not a thing. So maybe save it and reset, but maybe get in the squishies, maybe turn the fight. You see where the mind was at.
Perhaps, but I think you're absolutely right, and that's going to put them a little bit behind here in this ult economy. I mean, you can see they're going to have Nano coming up online as well as the Sound Barrier and the Earth Shatter they've got, and that Shatter's going to come out, and the Shatter is good. 4 members go down, including Mooselips being sent back to spawn. The little help from Fatal King there. Slays goes down super low, but he's able to stay standing, but Beerus is not so lucky, following to the Cowboy from the other side. Wisp coming up the better end of that duel. And they are holding on here. 75% and counting for Bombora, 94% on the other side for Tryhardts.
You got to give a lot of credit right now to Grunge Girl on the Ana. That's enabling a lot of what Aeon's been able to do on the Reinhardt role. It's really freed him up, but all the while, Wisp, nice Deadeye. Ooh,
And the
counter Deadeye.
Oh, counter Deadeye comes out. As it's just the McCrees lighting up that feed. We had a Shatter come out from Aeon, but Mooselip's able to block that. Now we're getting a grab coming out from him as well, so they're looking to get this retake 99 and 95 in last fight territory. Beerus coming up huge.
I don't know if anyone can touch. I don't think
they can. No. We'll be heading to Control Center to decide this one.
For lack of a better term, we have a ball game. Smart switch from Beerus on the Mei, switching over to that role.
That is a great swap.
This is going to be a ton of value here. Mei Doomfist. And already the wall coming out nicely there.
Not quite able to block anybody in, I think, as they were hoping. Reinhardt able to just take a step back and get behind it in the safe side of that wall. Nevertheless, you got Slays coming in, putting the pressure on him as they're controlling that top area. Tryhardts have the positional advantage. Now Slays is turning his attention onto that Hanzo. Meanwhile, Beerus taking out the Reaper. Aeon goes down as well. But Fatal King gets the better end of the Doomfist duel. But I think that's just a moral victory at this point. If Tryhardts have taken the point, exit kills coming through, they've got percentage going up.
Ultimately, that Mei wall helped get positioning for the Tryhardts there and allowed them to really take that high ground. You had Slays coming in on the flank, really not allowing for any change of direction from Bombora to come in and really change the outcome of that fight. And ultimately, Tryhardts just kind of collapse on it and do what you got to do there in that situation.
Oh, yeah, just great pressure. Forced him back in that stairwell. Like I say, Slays with that good play coming around to the opposite side, and they just squished him like a sandwich. They do have that Blizzard online here as they're looking to defend. And this point, once you get first control, it's so hard to dislodge. Oh, but Wisp! That's a huge shot. Beerus going down with the Blizzard in his pocket. We're getting a Graviton Surge with the Coalescence coming out, but Sound Barrier from the other side. Chief able to keep his team alive. Earthshatter comes out, but he gives his life in the process. Knight Rider actually coming up with a better end there. And it's going to be Aeon and company storming on the point. They're going to get a retake. They're going to get some capture progress building in their favor.
A bright side, if you're Tryhardts, is that Beerus did die early. Therefore, you still have that Mei ult online. You have that Blizzard, which is a comfort considering 3 ults were used in losing that point there for Tryhardts. That's very troubling.
Well, they get that wall up and try to block him in as the Blizzard comes out. High Noon comes out from the other side, but it's not going to be enough. 2 kills come through for Tryhardts. Now with that advantage, they are just storming onto the rest. Slays finds the back end, is trying to find the exit kills, looking for the kill on that. Hanzo as he's making his way out, running for dear life. He is going to be able to escape, but not before Tryhardts get that point back. 60% and counting on the board.
This is huge momentum for Tryhardts right now, too. They commit the 3 ults in a losing effort and then come back with just 1 ult, get 2 clean picks off of it, and take the fight with very little effort. It seemingly very little effort on their end to go ahead and take that point back, and now they're sitting pretty at 75%.
Yeah, they've got the lead. They put themselves back in the ultimate game. That was a phenomenal push. But Grav Dragon's coming out from the other side. It doesn't look like there's going to be enough to take him down. Yeah, that sustain holding Chief and Grunge go managing to keep him topped off. And look at Aeon popping off here now. He's going to go ahead and throw that Shatter in. They're going to get this point back over. Not a moment too soon. We're at 96% here on the other side. Tryhardts in final fight territory. But Bombora in control once again here on Control Center.
Aeon popping off without the Ana pocket. He's doing his thing right now. You love to see it.
Oh yes, as a fellow Reinhardt player, you gotta when you see this hammer successfully swung, it just puts a smile on your face. It doesn't matter when or where.
Coming out from Wisp now.
That Reinhardt caught in it. Mooselips is gonna go down. Coalescence coming in from the other side. Oh, Slays goes down with the Meteor Strike in his pocket. Unable to use that ultimate to escape. Coalescence comes out on the other side from Bombora as they're looking to hold this thing. Little probing coming in from the backside.
Bombora coming out.
Yeah.
They are vastly underpowered on their ults for the moment. If they can sustain this fight with a little bit of poke, Hanzo will be online, and that can be something.
They threw out an
excellent attempt.
Yeah, threw out an Earthshot. I think it hit the May wall there. Good block coming out of Wisp. But we're going to get Beerus's freeze, and that's going to do it. That's going to be just the ticket they were looking for. 2 kills coming through on the back of that great ultimate. Nice Maywall's going to block off the Hanzo. Fatal King trying to get back on point. That overtime wick is now burning, but he just runs into all kinds of damage. Moira now desperately trying to go in and touch, but just running into the entirety of Tryhardts, as they are very good on their focus, one by one, quickly eliminating this stagger. Although the Zarya giving him a little trouble in the backline, managing to give room for that May to get in, but we're going to get a sound barrier coming out just to put the nail in the coffin, make sure not a single one of them go down. Indeed, they all stand on their feet, and they take this map 1-0 lead going to Tryhardts.
That was a very strong performance on that final point there for Tryhardts. Really just coming out on top in the ult department, and ultimately that's really what wins the day for them. They at the end of it, when it came down to it, you're able to press Y more because you were smarter about it throughout the fight, and that wins maps.
We'll be back with map 2 in just a moment. All right. Well, we will get Tryhardts starting us off on the offense here. Let me get you some icons there. There we go. That looks better. And
nice.
Bombora starting us off on the defense. Looks like they're bringing us a little Orisa Hog in that vein. They're going to have Wisp on the McCree with Fatal King back on that Hanzo, using Baptiste and Lucio to keep the team topped off and standing.
I was wondering when we were going to see Baptiste make his appearances into these comps. Baptiste, I feel, is in a very strong place, at least as far as ladder's concerned. I have been running it personally with my teams as well, playing Baptiste, and to a pretty high success rate. So I'm interested to see how these respective Baptistes pop off.
He almost seems like a must-pick here in this ever-changing meta. That's one that seems to always come up on top, and he just has so much utility, can do so much for the team. He basically has an ultimate on cooldown. It's ridiculous. And they buffed his gun damage. I mean, Baptiste is just in a very strong position here. Well, the Reinzari composition of Tryhardts storming right on the point. They're not wasting any time trying to gain some position, trying to get some ground. And it is going to be Beerus coming up with the first pick as that Orisa goes down. No more main tank on the other side. Nebula comes up with a big pick as well. And that momentum just carrying on over as Tryhardts steamroll point A and get a lightning fast time here on Kings Row.
Ultimately, just more shield break coming out, I feel like, for Tryhardts. Knight Rider really didn't stand a chance, it seemed, on the Orisa. His shield broke very quickly, and then from there the charge comes in. Really, Moose Lips has free reign to do whatever he wants.
Well, and it's gone from where Reinhardt has twice the shield of Orisa to almost 4 times the shield of Orisa. So with that being their only shield, they had a massive advantage just on those nerfs alone.
Absolutely, and it's so insane to think about how the overall shield life has gone down across the board, but it's made the gap between Rein and Orisa so much higher.
And they are just carrying this momentum as they have complete control of Street Phase, dominating Kings Row entirely here. With 5 minutes on the clock, they show no signs of stopping, full steam ahead for that payload. And they've got 3 coming up on 5 ultimates here. Look at the ult bank difference.
That is what controlling the momentum truly means in the Overwatch sense.
And they're going to open up with that Blizzard. Deadeye comes out as well. 2 quick kills follow. Make that 3. Moose Lips doesn't even have to use that Shatter. They hold on to both tank ultimates. They use 2 ultimates, and they're still way up in the ult economy. This is a very one-sided affair so far here on Kings Row.
And Tryhardts really just doing a good job of playing around the aggressiveness of Moose Lips and Nebula, and really just ramming this shield comp down Bombora's throats. It's very fun to watch. It's just we're kind of seeing a bit of an assertion of meta, especially how well they dominated against the bunker comp.
Well, and a way of controlling the flow of battle. Once you force that Orisa bunker to switch over to the Reinhardt Zarya, and you've got the ult advantage, which they're putting to good use there. Now, we did get a good sound barrier coming out from the other side, as Killer is able to keep that team topped off. No kills coming through just yet, but I spoke too soon. I cursed Aeon as Moose Lips gets the better end of that duel. Killer Reaper throwing himself off the side, unfortunately. Deadeye coming out from the back end, trying to stave off this aggression. finding nothing just yet.
It was a nice Maywall to stop that Deadeye coming out there from Wisp.
Slays does find the kill onto his counterpart.
Ooh, big shatter by Aeon. He's been getting some big ones.
Yeah, he found 4 with that one. He does manage to get the kill onto the Moira. And I think that is just the ticket that Bombora was looking for here. Oh no, Slays is going to take him out, as it is a bit of a brawl here on point, but I don't think Tryhardts has the reinforcements to sustain here. It was a 3-on-3, but that respawn advantage was going to get the better of him soon. With this, they still maintain that big ult advantage.
Absolutely, and they were in very real danger of losing the ult advantage for a moment there. They'd been playing very smart with their ults, but just through the course of time, Bombora was building up some ultimates, but ultimately now the ult advantage still very much in Tryhardts' hand.
And Slays opens up with a nice kill, tries to drop a Deadeye in, if anything, force the rest of Bombora back. And that just gave all the room in the world for Mooslips to come storming forward. Slays coming up with 2 big picks. And they're going to push in with over 4 minutes left in the time bank. What a monstrous assault here on King's Row coming out of Tryhardts.
That was very impressive. That was a key on these escort and hybrid maps too. I mean, if you can get that momentum rolling on the point and you can keep it rolling, it's unstoppable force versus immovable object sort of scenarios, and it's a lot harder to stop something that's rolling like that, and that's what Tryhardts demonstrated very well there.
Well, we are getting Tryhardts going on the defense here, hoping it's going to be enough to give them a 2-0 lead here in this matchup tonight. Again, this is a 3-map match. So 3 maps
I'm
is all
excited to see our first glimpse of Ryan Arisa. Sorry, I had to cut you off there.
It's
we're
quite
just
all right.
now seeing it, and that's very exciting to see. You've heard rumors of it on the Pro Scrim PTRs, so I'm interested to see what Bombora can do with it.
Well, an interesting note, of course, Arisa did not make it to live with that movement increase. So she goes back.
That's very true.
Never got that movement increase. She is not the Mario Kart as everybody was meaning her to be. So I'm not sure if this is going to be as strong as it was on PTR. And so far, it is Tryhardts holding strong on the defense. That double shield composition just not quite enough to break through the Ryan Zarya front line here. As you have Nebula just super charged up. Was at 98 there as we swapped over. And with all of that damage coming out of that Zarya, Bombora just didn't stand a chance on that assault. Fatal King might be able to turn things around here. Good pick onto that Mei. They are going to get that res coming through, though. Ultimate's building quickly on both sides. As you can see, both teams are coming up on a good host of ultimates. We do have that Ant Matrix coming out from Tryhardts as they're looking to stave off this aggression, and that is going to lend them a kill onto Aeon. But Fatal King bouncing back. 2 great shots coming out of the Widowmaker, trying to even the odds here. Not sure it's going to be enough as she's getting chased out without their tank line, without their sustain. Bombora did not have the resource to push this in.
And Fatal is doing a miraculous job on the Widow. He's getting a lot of great picks. The problem is that Beerus on that Mei is really just making life a perpetual hell, honestly, for the tank line of Aeon and Knight Rider on Bombora. Beerus doing everything he can to shut them down and succeeding.
Good shatter coming out, but on the other side, well, it's a bit of a back and forth. Res coming through. I mean, Fatal Knight comes through with a big pick. And it is pretty much a 4v4, 3v4 here on point. There's a big brawl. Oh, Nebula overextending a little bit, get whittled down low. The heals come through just in time, but we are going to get that blade coming out of Wisp as he smells blood and dives into that back line. But he finds none. He finds nothing but the large hammer of Moose Lips. And the hammer wins the melee duel in that engagement. And for now,
awareness coming out from the tank line of Nebula and Moose Lips. They pull away from their supports and they force Wisp to engage on the tanks instead of the much squishier supports, and ultimately causes his blade to come up for naught. Good still just clean up. Clean up coming in for Tryhardts.
Using just an Ant Matrix and just very wisely pouring a bunch of damage through it. A good Fire Strike comes up through that Ant Matrix, doubling that damage. Moose Lips coming up with a big pick in that engagement. And they just quickly shut them down with only the use of that one ultimate. And there's just 50 seconds on the clock here from Bombora to find an answer. They have a Coalescence online. Not much else. Aeon going down early. That's not going to be helpful in their attempt to try to push in here and get point A. They have got an uphill battle against them.
Absolutely, and Tryhardts are just playing so well as a unit right now that it's providing all sorts of trouble for Bombora.
We did have Graviton Surge coming out, but Coalescence comes out from the other side. Good freeze comes through, but a Sound Barrier is there as Killer Reaper trying to desperately keep his team alive and gets a nice kill. Wisp coming up with a pair of kills off of a mine as he flanks through Hotel and finds the backline, taking out the Baptiste and the Ash. Trying to turn his attention onto that tank line, onto that Mercy now. I believe it's just a Reinhardt and that Mercy left. Bombora in the
Fatal
final
really
seconds.
is trying to put the team on his back right now, and he's doing a good job of it.
Yeah, Wisp coming up big in that one as well. Good flank coming through that Hotel. And they needed their DPS to show up and make a play, and they did just that as that overtime wick was starting to burn. They do manage to finally come through, get some progress going, get that payload out of its garage. And they managed to turn this ult tide a little bit here.
They did, it's true, but it's still grim circumstances right now if you're Bombora. Almost there's zero chance of having a higher time bank. You're almost assured to finish it overtime unless you can pull something miraculous off here, which is going to be difficult. Tryhardts have already established a much better position than Bombora was able to do on their defensive stance. So this is still a grim situation, but nice shatter coming out from Aeon.
Yeah,
not going down without a fight.
Yeah, not only did that land 3, but completely denied the value out of that Ant Matrix. Fantastic shatter indeed. Good Hulk coming through from Knight Rider. Look at that. And this is exactly what they needed. They needed to keep this momentum going.
That's how you run Rhino-Risa.
That's
a great combo there. Halting into the hammer. Nice couple swings. Knight Rider gets the cleanup. It was very well played. You can see the synergy is there. Very strange, these two tanks being played together, but the synergy is there. There's a lot of potential. Fire Strike, Halt combos, Halt shatters, I mean, all kinds of stuff.
When it's interesting because you seem to rotate who's kind of playing quote-unquote, main tank and who's playing the flex position.
Well, it's a style we saw with the Orisa Sigma combo of it's just a little bit different using Orion instead, but same concepts are there.
Well, they're going to want to invest Supercharger and Coalescence into this. Wisp able to come up with a kill, make that a couple kills. As they are just storming through here, they've maintained this momentum, and they're riding that wave. Oh, but Beerus is there to shut down that snowball as he finds the better end of that dual landing rocket onto the Junkrat.
A slight window of opportunity now for Tryhardts. They've got the 5v6. Obviously, Bombora is very reluctant to want to back down from this, even so. Ooh, big shatter now from Moose Lips.
Yeah, and Fatal and Beerus exchange there, but the res is going to come through on Beerus, so that Pharah is back in the air, and they get the better end of that DPS duel. Now they're just chasing him here. Just under 2 minutes on the clock as exit kills coming through for Beerus. 98% to Barrage. They're going to have Deadeye online as well. Ant Matrix and Graviton Surge not too far behind that. But on the other side of things, I mean, they've got Dragons. They're going to have that Earth Shatter, and they've got a Sound Barrier to help them survive these DPS ultimates. So this could be a pretty even battle. Bombora definitely has the tools to push it through. It's not terribly one-sided.
No, but just the fact that Tryhardts were able to make this stall happen. Ooh, Beerus now with a nice fire barrage. More zoning than anything.
Oh, but Fatal was up in that window with Storm Arrows on hand waiting for him, and he responds with a 3-kill Dragon. Manages to get the kill on the Raze, kills Beerus for the second time, comes with the kill on Ataxia. What an incredible string of kills coming out of Fatal as he carries this team home. And they get there with 61 seconds left on the clock. Some phenomenal shooting coming out of this arch. He took that Pharah out of the back line, denying that pressure on his tanks, gave them the room to press forward. And, man, he was landing those shots true. Great performance. Great showing coming out of Fatal King there.
Really is. It's nice to see. And still, I think we're... It almost looks as if Knight Rider and Aeon are figuring out their synergy kind of as we go along here. At least on that Orisa Rhine combo. And let's hope they'll have to put it to the test. They only have a minute here.
Yeah, Tryhardts with 4 times the amount of time left in the bank there. They are sticking with those Orisa Rhine combo as you're mentioning. And they are just going to storm right in, but Slays comes up with first kill. That Junkrat goes down. Big chunk of damage missing. Aeon's going to try to path around through Hotel, see if he can find anything through the flank. If anything, make them turn their heads, look the other way, keep them guessing. Wisp gonna switch off
Man,
that
that
truck
first pick is so important here
So
on these
important.
1 minute attack pushes that Bombora are trying to run. And when you don't get those, you're pretty much stuck to just sit there in this sort of limbo, waiting for your 6th man to get back, and you don't have the time to do that, and the enemy knows that, so they're pushing you.
Wisp has switched over to that Widowmaker, going into a double sniper comp, trying to put pressure onto the Farah. But no, Beerus will not be denied his airspace. Lands the rocket right onto Wisp's face. Completely. Again, you're talking about the importance of that opening pick. Beerus coming through with it right there. Oh, Slaze is going to go ahead and drop his Deadeye. Finds Chief and Editor. Turns around and takes down Aeon. Main support, main tank, dead. Overtime ticks down. No progress picked up for Bombora here in extra innings.
It's like they say in other sports, defense is what wins championships, and that's what we see here from Tryhardts. A better synergy, a better defense, and that's going to lead to ultimately more success.
Well, they're going on the offense here with the door wide open for them to take a 2-0 lead here in this match. They are sticking with that Ryan's area composition. Slate's going on to the Doomfist. Beerus back to the Ice Queen. And they're bringing the Lucio.
This is a tried and true combo.
Yeah, they're bringing the Lucio instead of the Baptiste here. Just to speed
I like
through.
it for the speed.
Yep, speed through Hotel. We are getting
Lucio and Moira are still in a great place.
We are getting the Sigma Orisa double barrier on the opposite side. Oh, look at this cheeky little move. They're going to circle all the way back around through house.
Well, it's amazing what you can do when you have the time to do it, right?
Bombora have caught this rotation as they're going to the opposite side of the point. They've got their Bastion set up. They're just trying to maintain their distance, not let them get on top of them. Oh, will they catch this rotation, though? I feel like they need to go back to the outside of Hotel. I think this is the opportunity that they're looking for, and they are going to attack. Tryhardts going for blood here as they try to charge in, but Mooslips goes down. Slays counters back, though, finding a good pick on a Chief Editor. Beerus coming through, pick on a Fatal. Oh, but he gives his life in the process, so we're back to a 4v4. That Bastion does get frozen. They do manage to take out.
Great Maywall from Beerus.
Yeah, and some great freeze coming through. The focus fire coming through as well. Once again, that big teamwork we've been talking about for Tryhardts has enabled them to push on in here, and they're maintaining to keep pressure going. It's just the tanks left off as the Moira has been walled off from her tank line. Sigma goes down. The Orisa not far behind. Now that Moira is alone on point. Hanzo tries to come in and join, trying to stall this thing out. We know they're not going down without a fight, but it may be a futile effort here as progress is starting to get picked up. And that is going to do it. Tryhardts taking a 2-0 lead. And they will take the win here today.
And Bombora had signs of life. They had a little bit of a regroup going there, and it really thought like they might be able to at least stall this out a little bit longer, but that was just such a huge Maywall coming out from Beerus, separating Moira from the tank line of Aeon and Knight Rider, and really that really finished that fight up and ensured the victory there in a timely manner for Tryhardts. But we did have some subs coming in for this map 3. New support lineup coming out for Title Bombora. Grunge Girl coming back into the lineup. We've got Tiger joining us on support as well. Killer Reaper made the switch over to the tank role, subbing in for Aeon. And then for the side of Tryhardts, we had Tasby coming in for Lancelot. So couple switches, a whole new support duo coming in for Bombora, new support player for Tryhard. So we'll see what these guys bring to the table. You can change the timing of a battle, and that's so important in Overwatch to be able to control how the fight is, timed basically.
We are getting Bombora starting us off on the attack. They are in the red jerseys now. They are bringing us the Orisa Sigma here. Grunge Girl is going to go over to that Ana there at the last second. We do get to see our favorite healing Grandma. We are getting Ryan Zarya on the other side. Tryhardts opting for the new version of the double shield meta here. Oh, Knight Rider will down super low.
I love how this patch was supposed to eliminate double shields, and now we just have 2 types of double shields. Like, yeah. Like come on, Blizz.
Which reinvented double shield. Well, we'll see how long it stands. It is going to be Wisp coming up with opening blood here. Make that 2 kills to start us off. As Bombora finding the ticket early here. Not being halted at all. Payload full steam ahead. Trying to find the exit kill onto Mooslips as he goes down super low. Tasby is there keeping him healed up.
This iteration of the Bombora lineup really seems to already just, I know it's early to tell on this map, but some good synergy coming out from them right now. Seem to be playing well together, playing in unison. Nice nade coming out there from Grunge Girl.
We're going to get a defensive amplification matrix coming out. They look to try to stave off this aggression. Oh, but Fatal King bounces back. counters with some dragons. And that's going to find one. He turns his attention onto that Mercy and gets that kill as well. With that, they do pick up point A. Over 5 minutes left in the bank. Push through here to point B. They've got Bob and Valk Nano Boost coming online as well. We are getting a swap. Nebula going over to that Sigma. So we're getting Reinhardt Sigma now. Yet another variation on our double shield composition here.
Honestly, this one's my favorite of all three. I think you can play so aggressively with it like you would a Rein Zarya. And I think it provides a different look to that same level of Rein Zarya aggression, which I love. So definitely my favorite of the three iterations. It's barely considered double shield by a lot of people because it's very nichely ran, but I love seeing it.
And it's one I opt for in my own games as well. I like running that Sigma as the off tank. Oh, but big anti coming through, and Nebula's going to go down. No healing available for Beerus and Muslims. He was barely able to survive that. We are going to get a shatter that hits nothing but the Orisa shield, but the tire finds a little bit more, getting Grunge Girl. Tryhardts managing to plant their feet here on point B right there at the end. They had to spend a bunch of ultimates to do it.
They had to pretty much deplete the time bank with the exception of Doom and Bap. Granted, that Baptiste ult can do a lot of value for you, especially if you've got Bap and your Sigma and Junk behind it. So, might not be a problem, but that's definitely a nice ult advantage coming in right now for Bombora. They'll look to go ahead and break this stranglehold that Tryhardts has on the point at the moment.
I'm expecting to see that supercharger early. Orisa shield goes down with a quickness. Nevertheless, they're continuing to try to push through. That Sigma shield is cracked and broken as well, but they are not dissuaded as they continue to put this pressure on, just slowly pushing Tryhardts back into that corner. Good Gravitic Flux coming out. As you can see, those health bars going down super low. Yeah, Nebula's going to fall. Mooselips is down super low as well.
That immortality field was insane.
That was
But
awesome.
You didn't have it for the Dragon, so ultimately... Title, having more ults there, they're able to win out. They still have a couple ults in the bank to boot.
Well, they just slowly pressed him back into that corner, and they had the ultimates to just keep throwing at him. They did get that initial. The immortality field came out to protect against the Gravitic Flux, but it did so much damage, had whittled their life bars down so low, they just ran in and cleaned house after that.
It did do its intended purpose, though. It was a great immortality coming out from Ataxia. It really did what it was supposed to do, but ultimately the pressure just stayed on from Bombora and Tryhardts crumble.
They hold on to that supercharger. They'll have Ant Matrix coming out as well as they're continuing to press this attack. A little under 4 minutes left on the clock as they're rounding the corner here on point C.
That's a pick that Tryhardts needed. Rez will be coming out. Or, excuse, yes, I got that right.
Indeed,
the color change messed me up.
Yeah, it'll get the best of us. We got Supercharger as well as Ant Matrix here on the side of Bombora as they have all of the damage pouring through. We had an Ant Matrix responding back from the other side. Tire comes out, takes out the Supercharger and the Immortality field, but not much else. So,
taking out the equipment.
Indeed, and it's not going to be enough. Tryhardts falling under this weight. Knight Rider coming up with a big pick. Grunge Girl finding the kill on the Nebula. And they are storming through here. A bunch of time left on the clock. Wisp is going to go ahead and throw down that Deadeye. Picks Tasby out of the sky. And that is going to do it. They're going to finish Junkertown with 3:07 left in the time bank.
When I'm doing the lobby setup stuff, and they're like, can we play Kings Row Christmas? And I'm like, no.
Aw, what do you have against Christmas? Why do you hate Christmas, Hamwell? Why do you hate Christmas?
I'm a snob for the professionalism, I guess. I'm like, no, this is a sanctioned match. We must do it with. You're lucky I even let them wear skins, man. That's the way I see it. I was like, you get a precious gift, I'll let you wear your skins. So don't you be coming at me for no Lunar New Year maps.
They do actually add some lag, apparently. So there is legitimate reason to stick with traditional maps. But I'm still going with you hate Christmas.
Too. And two, the thing with Muma on Eichenwald for the Halloween map, it always makes me laugh. Him complaining about that Vince.
Yep. All right.
But my monkey boobs. Sorry. You gotta go.
Bombora going on the defense here, hoping their 3:07 time bank's going to be enough to get that goose egg off the board, come away with their heads held high in this match. They are bringing us Orisa Sigma in that vein with double sniper.
Double turrets.
But
double
the Bastion,
turrets from Tryhardts.
The Bastion turret. What kind of pirate ship is this? This is nasty.
The humanity.
Oh, the humanity indeed. Wisp quickly eliminated, going over to that Junkrat to try to counter back against the pirate ship here. They're going to throw that immortality field, but it does not last long against that Bastion turret. Neither do any of those shields. Cooldowns coming out all over the place. Slays does drop. Res does come through. Beerus able to find the kill onto Wisp, but once again, they're going to find that res as the Junkrat is back in the battle, and they're starting to collapse here on the pirate ship as it starts to fall apart. Oh, but Beerus is still alive and still coming up with kills, still lighting up that feed. Ooh. He's going to go ahead and drop tank configuration early with a nice kill onto the Mercy. Follows it up onto the Sigma. Big 4K there in the end of that engagement for Beerus.
True, that came out like a rocket. He nailed Tiger on the Mercy there. The minute his ult popped out, it was like the second he was online. Straight shot. I think it shut down res, actually. It was just well timed, and ultimately Beerus the only one you needed to stay alive, it would seem, for Tryhardts on that little engagement there.
Well, he is back on the cart, back on the pirate ship, full guns ahead.
And this is a great strat too, because you basically have the Torbjorn acting as a spotter for anything that's in line of sight. So Beerus can kind of pay attention to where the turret's going and use that as a guide.
Well, we get a good accretion comes out.
Shut down the res.
Yes.
That was a nice boot from Wisp.
On the back of a great accretion to take Bastion out, and they were able to follow up and dislodge him there. And then they just storm in. Like you say, great job to deny the res. Trying to chase this out, and Bastion coming back in the battle manages to save his Reinhardt, who is down to just a sliver of health. You can see Moose Lips there literally has 27 health, and he manages to find the safety of his healers. Fatal is going to open things up.
A great job. Yeah, Fatal. Sorry. Yes, Fatal did pop off there with that Storm Arrow, but both teams have done a great job of stalling out the attack here on this second stint. But I think the real question now is if Tryhardts can remedy it quicker than Bombora was able to on their attack. That's going to be the ultimate question. Is really this second stint.
Well, look at these ults. We have 5 ults online for both sides. There's going to be a lot of people pressing Y in this engagement. It's going to be Bombora opening up with the tire. Gravitic Flux comes through as well, and it doesn't even give Tryhardts a chance to press Y before they're all sent back to spawn. 2 ultimates used. A lot of kills coming through. They're holding tall here. 3:30 left on the clock. But good news for Tryhardts fans. They still have all 5 of those ultimates online and ready to go. Beerus going over to that Tracer.
Tracer can get a lot of value currently in this meta, especially if you're crafty with those flanks onto the backline.
Unless you walk into a headshot from Fatal King. He was standing there just waiting for him. Didn't even get around the corner. Turns his attention down to Slays. That's both DPS removed from the arrows, or by the arrows from Fatal King there.
Hit in the head by the proverbial tree log, it would seem.
Indeed. And now he has got those dragons online, ready to go. They've been coming up on that Ant Matrix as well as they look to get back into this ult economy battle here. So far, that advantage really not giving Tryhardts much of an edge. They're still struggling to get started here on point B.
Honestly, that pick did a huge amount of good for the ult economy battle on behalf of Bombora. It allowed the amplification matrix to come back online for Grunge Girl. So this ultimately is really benefiting Bombora at the moment, even though Tryhardts seemingly getting a little bit of progress here.
Oh, good flank shatter coming around. He finds 3 with that. Oh, coupled with the Molten Core. Now turning his attention onto that Orisa, who has to drop Fortify, trying to flee for her life. Just throwing herself onto point, trying to stall as long as possible. Not going to last long. Well, on the back of that great combo. Although they threw quite a few ultimates at that.
Honestly, Moose Lips has just been in a league of his own on Reinhardt so far today. Like, there's been strong showings from Bombora from their respective Rhine player. I believe it has actually just Aeon playing Rhine. But great popping off from him, but Moose Lips has really just been getting just so much insane value.
Fatal came with the late dragons there. Able to find himself a pick as the doors are opening on point C. They're going to go ahead and throw Ant Matrix down in this as well as they try to stall off this aggression. They have the lead here in the ultimate economy, and they've got the positioning. I don't think there's any reason to rush on the defense.
They have the time bank advantage now too, so they're just whittling down the time bank that's already getting well below theirs. So they're really in a good spot right now. Bombora is. Especially if they can keep them cramming that corner. Ooh, man.
Nebula able to find that tire. That tire would have gotten 3, if not 4, if Nebula hadn't have gotten it. Oh, but he does go down. They try to get the res, and they have no luck in that. in the end, Bombora able to hold tall despite the great play coming out of Nebula on that Sigma. With that, he is going to swap over to the Orisa as they respond back with our other version of our double shield composition. Mooslips coming up on that Earth Shatter. They've got the Ant Matrix online as well. For the defense, we've got Supercharger. We got Dragons. We're going to have Gravitic Flux not far behind that. Trade coming through. Baptiste for the Hanzo. 5v5 here on Cart. We are going to get a res on the side of the offense as they get positioned here on Cart. Good halt coming through. Not much follow-up. They're going to go ahead and drop that Ant Matrix down. Oh, but Wisp able to get a great mine and takes out the Mercy and the main tank. Slays responding back, though. Getting himself one. Beerus gets one. Slays gets another. They might be able to hold on here. Slays finds himself yet another with those arrows. Oh, but gets killed by Fatal King. And in the end, it is one.
Sneaks out and comes out on top.
And he's the one lone member left standing after that engagement.
That's insane. That was just insane to watch. Both teams just depleting their ult economy. Now, Tryhardts really building it back up. They're going to be back in the lead, I feel like, ult-wise. But still, that all benefits Bombora. So many ults used, and still, the advantage to them.
Mooslips comes in and finds a killer shatter there. Lands it on at least 2, if not 3, but not able to get any kills. Oh, but Beerus says, I'll take care of that here. Hold my Beerus as he drops his Deadeye and then turns around and finds the kill onto Fatal King, onto Knight Rider, and then puts the hammer onto Grunge Girl. Big 5K because he gets the yellow. He gets the ace. 6K coming through for Beerus.
God, Beerus on a whole nother level right now. Just insane McCree play. And it couldn't have come a moment too soon either. That was absolutely needed. Oh, and this is a great dragon that's going to be chilling in spawn for him now. Knight Rider all alone on the point. That lamp goes down way too fast.
Beerus was holding that front right door, managed to pick off Fatal King before he can get out of spawn. And that's going to buy enough room. They're going to push this thing in. It was just under a minute. Actually, it was about 35 seconds. So
there's some huge DPS carries coming out. Fatal King for title and Beerus on that McCree. Good lord.
Well, I mean, the engagement before, where that first engagement on point C, where it literally went down to one man left standing. Fatal King returning at the last moment to get that last kill. Rarely do you see Overwatch engagements go down where every single person is killed down to one last lone survivor. It's just been wild engagements here in this match. So much closer than that 2-0 line.
Some hectic Overwatch, I tell you.
Some hectic Overwatch. So much closer than that 2-0 score line indicates.
Truth. Big truths.
Bastion coming out here on the defense for Bombora. As we have just a minute on the clock for Tryhardts to try to get this thing as far as they can. See if they can build enough room to get the clean 3-0 sweep here in our match. And so far, they are storming over, buying all the position, getting all the momentum, despite the fact that an early Ant Matrix comes out on the other side.
That was a fast Ant Matrix from Grunge Girl.
It was an extremely fast Ant Matrix.
You might want to hold on to it, but just the fact that it was farmed that quick, I'm thinking, hey, throw it out there, farm you another one. Go ahead.
The only counter to that is look at the ult on the other side. Slays already has those dragons online. Beerus has that tank configuration. They're going to have an Earth Shatter before too long. And they have an Ant Matrix of their own. Full steam ahead, not much to speak of on the other side.
And I'm really curious why Bombora isn't running some sort of ult that, I mean, they do have the Sigma ult, but possibly another ult to really eliminate a lot of proximity there on the point, because they're running this bunker. Why not have a Diva or a Junkrat here in your lineup with that Sigma? You know, pair all that together, and you've got a recipe for knocking a bunker off the point.
Yeah, they got to get more pressure onto this thing and try to get an accretion on there, but a good shield comes out, and Beerus able to find that kill onto Grunge Girl. Big chunk of healing gone, Immortality Field gone. Now the Orisa and Sigma have to throw themselves on the point. Of course, they don't last long, running right into a Bastion turret. Beerus picking up 3, maybe 4 kills on that one. Moose got attributed with the final blow onto the Sigma, but Beerus doing a big chunk of the damage there. They've got to put more pressure on it. If they expect to dislodge this pirate ship, they've got to somehow get more damage pressure onto that Bastion, onto this objective.
I'm just looking at what Bombora is bringing to the table right now as far as ults, and really, Sigma's the only thing they've got, but that won't eliminate the shields, and that won't lift up a bunkered Bastion. So, I mean, you've still got to worry about Beerus burning you down while you're popping it.
Well, they try to throw that Ant Matrix directly onto the objective. Yeah, the Shatter comes through, but Two go down on the other side. Nebula finds the kill onto his counterpart, and they get that res through onto the Bastion, so he's going to get back on carpet. Here comes that Gravitic Flux. Freeze comes through onto Beerus as well, and Reaper's able to find that final blow. Wisp coming up with one of his own onto that Mercy, so no more res coming through, and they do finally shut down this push, but not before Tryhardts able to get 5 points and push quite a bit of the way through Junkertown here in extra innings. Hey, in the heat of the moment, you know, there's no telling what you're thinking in your head of
the heat of battle, man. It's a whole nother level.
And sometimes it's tricky to know if it's the composition that's failing or if it's the execution. You know, if you're like, oh,
Absolutely,
maybe if I had just gotten that one shot, we could have done it. You know, or maybe we need to change things up entirely. That's such a tough call to make, especially in the heat of the moment, especially in these tournaments, this kind of situation. But Bombora's not out of it yet. They still have a chance to get rid of that goose egg, as they're going to come out with
and
pirate
as we
ship of their
remember,
own.
they did the bunker really well too.
They did. Oh, but a nice rotation coming out of Tryhardts. Look at this. They go through the building and come back up on the high ground, taking almost a defensive posture, and they land right onto the objective. Oh, Mooslip's not quite able to find that kill. He goes down to the hands of that Bastion, but Slays comes through, getting to the revenge for his main tank. Nevertheless, I think Bombora is in control here as they manage to weather the storm. Picks coming through. Slays just throwing himself on point.
Well said. They definitely weathered the storm there. Because that really did look to be shifting in favor of Tryhardts there. A nice cheeky maneuver there, really did exactly what they wanted it for. Let them get in on Wisp on that Bastion very quickly without him able to do a lot of poke as they're coming in. So that was just really everything lined up well for Tryhardts, but Bombora just better positioning wins battles a lot of time, and they played it right.
Good focus fire in the heels. Heels on point there.
Agreed.
We are going to go ahead and try to get a retake here. Tryhardts coming back out.
They snuck that checkpoint in, didn't they?
They did. I didn't think they were going to get that thing through.
I don't think Tryhardts did either. They were pushing in like they were going to get the contest, and then that checkpoint hit, and they just kind of went, oh snap, and kind of froze.
Well, and three of them went down so fast. I mean, it was like as soon as
they literally froze, and Bombora was like, we'll take that. We'll take that quick little 3K. Keep pushing, you know.
As soon as they stepped out of that door, yeah, they never had a chance to touch that point. And with that, a lot of space bought here on point B. As you can see, they're just right into this truck and right along.
Look at this dragon. That's going to get huge value.
Yeah, picks up two. Picks up one with the dragon, follows up with some good storm
either.
arrows. What's that?
No res on the table now, with Tasby being knocked down there for Tryhardts.
Fatal's going to go
this
back.
freeze could do something.
You still have Fatal up on top, though. Keeping Overwatch on his friend. No pun intended on that one, as he's able to
and Knight Rider using that Fortify as well. He did a really great job, you know, kind of playing goalie there for his frozen teammates.
Yeah, and good heads-up play coming out of Fatal. He gets on that high ground. He eliminates Faxia on that Baptiste. And he's able to keep his team alive through that blizzard. Some key shooting. Still
win or lose, Tryhardts have not been able to get an answer on Fatal King, and if you're Bombora, you need to look to that for the remainder of this tournament and maybe pay a little bit of attention to that and, you know, play around that, I'd say.
And Matrix comes out as well as Dragons as they try to storm through Pit here. Oh, but that tank configuration comes out. Wisp able to pick up one, and they are close to doing this. They are close to getting rid of that goose egg. Nebula goes down low. He drops. Slays drops, and they do complete it. After a phenomenal overtime run here.
That was a tale of two teams, really, today from Bombora. They looked drastically better on that final map. Grunge Girl and Tiger really, I think, might be the anchor duo on your support line going forward if you're Bombora. Really just looked very strong together, great synergy. The team seemed to be playing with a higher level of comfort. And if you're Bombora, you know, I'd look to that in the future, and I really think they've got a good shot at doing really well in this tournament, even after this defeat. A lot of great things to take from it. But Tryhardts, really, I think they made a huge statement with this.
Well, that's going to do it for us, my friends. Y'all remember to look out for each other in, game, and out. Have a great night. We'll see you next time.